did this all come about? What is this project all about? Well, first of all, the title of the project is called The Mancunian Gospel. Now, for anyone watching it who's never heard of the word Mancunian, a Mancunian is someone like me. Well, basically, we have a northern accent, we eat chips and gravy, we say thank you to the bus driver, we say hello to anyone in town that we meet, and we're just the northern people from Manchester, obviously. So yeah, for those who don't know what a Mancunian is, that's what we are. So basically, this project is called the Mancunian Gospel, and it's literally my interpretation and expression of gospel music coming in a Mancunian way. So, you know, sometimes when I sing, I don't really sound Mancunian, but when I talk, you definitely know I'm a Manc. But it's bringing again that authenticity and our way of presenting that is really important to me. So the project came about quite a while ago, but it came to reality and fruition earlier this year. We received a grant from the Arts Council and West Hill Endowment to do this project. And basically, it's a year-long project. We're going to be looking at the Windrush generation and how their experiences affected their lives living in the UK as migrants coming here to work, and then how it affected their children and their children's children. I'm actually a descendant of the Windrush generation in that my grandparents came over in the 50s and they settled here, had their children here. Some of the children were brought over from Jamaica because they were born there. And so how did that impact and influence me and my identity as a descendant from that generation? So for me, although I'm British, I feel very much Jamaican at the same time, because when my mum came over to England, she was 11 years of age already, so she already had her foundation in Jamaica. And there were certain things that happened in the home that didn't happen in a British home. So for example, I loved going to church as a kid, and my mum would be working, so the only way I could go to church was through this. I had to cook the dinner, clean up. I was probably 9, 10 at the time, and that was the deal. If you do that, you can then go to church. The average British kid is not going to have that kind of upbringing. So it's these things that kind of lay the foundation of this is where we live, but this is who you are. And some of these stories have been kind of lost in translation, so to speak, because, you know, people have passed on, or you just don't hear these stories anymore. Whereas for me, it was a massive part of building the foundation for who I am as a person. So one of my gifts and one of the things that I love to do now is cook. And I take it back to, because the experience that I had, in the sense of part of my training was to cook from a very young age, this is why I believe it's something that I'm really passionate about now. So the project is planning to get those stories and those narratives from the Windrush generation, from the actual grandparents and then the children. And we're going to be turning a couple of the stories into an actual song, which is amazing. So we're going to be documenting these people's experience of what it was like to live in Britain at that time, the differences, the barriers, the obstacles, the things that happened to them that they can't even speak about now. And we want to give them the opportunity to get that out there so that people can understand what was happening at that time, and their experiences were valid. So we're going to be recording an album, which will be out next year, 2019. And in line with the album, we're going to be doing a schools tour in Warrington, which is the northern part of the UK. And then we're going to be doing a live gig tour in Manchester, Birmingham and London. So it's quite a big project. Lots of sleepless nights, but we're slowly but surely getting there. And we need people to get involved in the opportunities that are going to come up. So if you've got a story or you've got a grandparent who you know would love to be a part of this, get in touch with us because we want to give them the opportunity to bring those stories to life.